In Grumbelia, south of the capital Tunis, drivers no longer have to wait hours or drive for kilometers outside the city to get their vehicles inspected. This new center opened at the beginning of the year. For Ayman, a local, the new center is only there because of President Kais Saied.
This project started in 2012, and for nearly 10 years it was blocked due to slow bureaucracy. After the 25th of July 2021, it was unblocked.
July 25, 2021 marks the date when President Saied suspended parliament and assumed full governing powers. Since then, he's taken the management of construction projects into his own hands.
Nothing has changed here. Everything is a result of corruption.
Instructions that have seemed to work. In Grumbelia, projects are moving forward. Several locals have applied to create communal companies, one of President Saied's initiatives.
The state doesn't have the means to manage all the lands it owns across the country, like this land. So it remained neglected. As you can see, the grapevines which used to produce fruit are now dead.
Hanan wants to make a communal farming company on the land with 58 other people, many of them young farmers. The more people involved, the faster they can build up capital and take out a loan, a process facilitated by the state, which would also lend them the land.
We need a minimum of 10,000 dinars as capital. We've been able to collect 25,000, and we've discussed it with all the partners. Everyone is aware that at the moment we don't own the land, but the most important thing is to agree on the fact that we will all work together to make this project happen.
In exchange for state support, 20% of the project's profits will go to the local government to finance infrastructure development. This type of company is still in the testing stage, with about 60 set up across the country. In Slimane, neighboring Grumbelia, Mohammed was able to launch this Indian tractor dealership through the same system.
We can't reap the benefits now. We will have to wait and see. Hopefully, by working with the state and investors, we can succeed.
But economic recovery is slow. Inflation is at 9.3% and unemployment at 16%.
You find this for double the price at the market in La Goulette. We, on the other hand, take care of our customers.
This fisherman in Rades, a suburb south of Tunis, has had to adapt to higher prices.
Why did fish get more expensive? Because there are fewer fish. Every year there are fewer. This fish normally costs 20 dinar, but now I have to sell it at 5 dinar. There's also fishing equipment, which is getting more expensive.
Because of red tape, he doesn't have proper paperwork for his boat or permission to fish in deep water. But he hasn't given up.
In this situation, you have to see the good as well as the bad. But it's getting better little by little. And we have someone who is fixing the country. There are lots of things the president wants to fix. If he hears about the problems, he will fix them.
But not everyone has such faith in President Kais Saied. In recent weeks, crowds have protested the crackdown on political opposition, freedoms, and civic rights. Since suspending parliament, dozens of opposition figures, journalists, and bloggers have been imprisoned.
We came to say enough. We will not be silent any longer. What's happening in Tunisia in terms of abuses and violations of human rights is really serious and can no longer continue like this.
It's an anger which is felt by Tunisians in exile in Paris. Kamel Jandoubi is a longtime activist who was the first president of the Electoral Authority in 2011. He's concerned about the polarization he sees in Tunisia.
Divisions among Tunisians, these divisions can only be settled through democratic processes. It's not through hate or demonization or violence that we resolve these problems.
He's being accused of plotting against state security and fears being arrested if he returns to Tunisia. Others have chosen exile to have more freedom of speech, like the comedian and actor Lutfi Abdelli. At 53 years old, and after a 20-year career in Tunisia mocking politicians in Arabic, he has started from scratch in France and in French. He doesn't speak about Tunisian politics, but he continues to follow the situation from afar.
Don't believe that people in Tunisia are afraid. They're not afraid, but there are people who don't want to talk anymore. That's why we don't keep quiet. Our audience needs this freedom of expression. It's theirs. Tunisian people are free, but at the same time, it's good. Because we are the only Arab people today who can say we are living in a dictatorship.
Sarcastic to the end, Abdelli relies on something that has often come to the aid of Tunisians during political uncertainty: dark humor.